Okay, you can go.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a third year maths student and I'm currently the SJCR Services Manager. I spent the last 2 years being Services Manager, and in that time I've done quite a lot, some of which is relevant to being Treasurer, some of which is not. I'll quickly go over what I have done that is relevant to being Treasurer. I've attended almost every FICOM meeting since I was elected. The first one did put me off slightly. Thomas spent 2 hours going through the financial procedures in great detail. I missed a couple after that, but I've been to everyone since that. I attended Thomas's Zero Masterclass. It took another 2-hour session with Thomas, teaching me how to use Zero, the SJCR accounting software. I currently use this by putting bills in from our stash suppliers, gown companies, people like that, and generating invoices for people who want to buy a random Freshers t-shirt from 2 years ago, and reconciling any payments from the online shop that we use. I've also attended exec meetings, the Environment Committee, which are, again, things that the Treasurer has to do as well. Outside of my role, Thomas likes to keep me busy because I apparently have too much free time, or Thomas at least thinks so. Thomas invited me to CRC once, and I ended up writing the standing orders. So I'd say I'm in a good position to take the charity forward in terms of the CIO stuff, along with Anna and Thomas for the next term. Yeah. I also got sent to IndieCom because we didn't have anyone to go, and I thought I was helpful, but they definitely didn't expect our washing machine man to turn up. Also, as was mentioned before, we had time without a VP at some point last year. I took on some meetings from that. I got called acting VP. That was no official role, but I'm happy to take the title. I attended Ops with Chris, Bar Committee with Chris, and Health and Safety with Chris Coleman again. Chris invited me back to Health and Safety, so he must think I'm doing something well. My main goals for this are to increase financial transparency for the SJCR, making budgets available to SJCR members, hopefully, because this isn't something that's been done in the past, and we have had some questions from members asking about the budget, which we then had to send out a link to rather than just go, oh, it's on the website. I'd also like to show members where membership fees and ticket prices for events go. Obviously, this would it'd be helpful to have some help from the SEC Treasurer. But yeah, that'd be quite nice to do. And I'd also like to continue Anna's efforts at processing reimbursements quite quickly. We're all students, we all need the money that we have, and we shouldn't be out of pocket for spending money to help the SJCR. I'll preemptively answer some questions. I am already a trustee of a charity, and I'm well placed to take the charity forward as a CIO. Thank you.
Okay, questions, clarifications.
So, if you were to get this position, next year you would be a fourth-year maths student with also the role as SJCR Treasurer. As Thomas experienced, this was not fun. Do you have anything that you would put in place for yourself to help balance these two things?
Thomas found it not fun, but Thomas takes on a lot. Yes, this is also true, but a lot of what I do is also what the Treasurer would do. Yes, I would probably try and prioritise my time, make sure I don't get too far behind on my degree, and yeah, try and work with other people, and if it does become too much, speak to Anna or Thomas, who I was president, probably Anna. I don't imagine Treasurer-elect takes on too much, and try and sort something out with them. Thank you, Anna.
Any other questions, Thomas?
What's your favourite Zero accounting code? Oh, sorry.
I did mention
we are
zero.
moving on to questions. Sorry.
I also did mention zero.
That's true. Yes, you did.
I can only think of two at the moment because I've been putting things through them while reconciling payments. 411, the stash one, and 882, the square card fees.
Oh,
They're the only two I can remember. One of those two is my favourite, I can't decide which.
Okay. Any other questions?
Just general questions.
Dan. No, this is general questions. Dan.
Other than further transparency for what the SJCR spends its money on, are there any other areas that you'd like to improve or expand on in the treasury role?
So I would like to kind of increase the one between the subsidiary common rooms, the MCR and the CCR, and the SJCR, having discussed some of the budget. It became clear that we aren't necessarily the closest in terms of discussing finances with each other. So it'd be nice to kind of get closer with them to work out what they're actually spending their money on and whether they need any help.
Sandra, you had a question? Okay. Anna, this is the last one.
As you know, you have, as treasurer, you would have the ability to allow up to 200 times to be spent outside the budget line for an MFF. How would you make sure those stay in line with the charity's objectives? Because it can be quite hard to say no sometimes, and how would you go about that and then saying no?
So the first thing to consider is, does it line up with the charitable objectives? Which I don't think we're changing in our new constitution. They're fairly similar. It's essentially, do they promote student engagement and enrichment? If I didn't think that that a purchase or spending aligned with our charitable objectives, I would probably take it to FICOL. It's easier to take it to a committee to decide than to just outright go, no, we're not doing that. Because then it's not on you yourself. It is an elected body that is specifically there to deal with the finances that will then take on that decision. And they can always decide against you and go forward with that motion.
Okay, thank you, Beth. Okay, last but not least, welfare officer.